But before that, let us see a theorem which is asked in board exams generally for 3 marks. The theorem says if y is f of u is a differentiable function of u, that is y is a differentiable function of u, and u is equal to g of x is a differentiable function of x, that is u is differentiable of x, y differentiable of u, such that if you combine them, y is equal to f of g of x. This is called composite function. This composite function now is differentiable function of x. Then what we have to show, dy by dx is nothing but dy by du into du by dx. This is our aim to prove today. This is the statement of the theorem and this is the thing which we have to prove. Now since they have given that y is differentiable of u is differentiable function of x and the composite one, what I will do over here is I will consider let delta x, delta y and delta u be small increments in x, y and u respectively. These are the small increments, delta x, delta y and delta u, corresponding for x, y and u. Under such situation, we are aware like delta y by delta x, can I write it in this manner, delta y by delta u into delta u by delta x. So if you observe this carefully, the RHS corresponds to LHS, means they are one and the same. Now if I take limits on both the sides with delta x tends to 0, here delta x will tends to 0. Also remember, these are small increments in such a way that delta x also tends to 0, delta y tends to 0 and delta u also tends to 0. Now why that happens? Let us see. So if I take limits on both the sides with delta x tends to 0, what we get over here is limit delta x tends to 0, delta y upon delta x, which is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, delta y upon delta u into limit delta x tends to 0, delta u by delta x. Now students, this part is clear to us that okay, here we can say delta x tends to 0, delta x tends to 0. What to do over here? Because here we have shown y with respect to u. Remember, in the statement it is given that y is a differentiable function of u and u is a differentiable function of x. Also remember, u is also continuous function in x. U is continuous function of x. Hence, delta x tends to 0, then delta u also tends to 0. So what I can do over here is, instead of delta x tends to 0, it's a continuous function. In class 11, if you have studied continuity, then you might have come across continuous and differentiable functions. So then what I can write here is limit delta x tends to 0, delta y upon delta x is equal to limit, here you can write delta u tends to 0, and then delta y upon delta u into limit delta x tends to 0, delta u by delta x. This will be our use case. Now further, we are aware the limiting values of RHS. When we know that delta u tends to 0, delta y upon delta u, we know that this is dy by du. Let us call this as equation 1. Also we know delta x tends to 0, delta u by delta x is, also we know that limit delta x tends to 0, delta u by delta x is du by dx. So if I apply both equation 1 and 2 in this above equation, it will become limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is equal to dy by du into du by dx. Now if you remember, dear students, yesterday while we were discussing the definitions, that in the third point I have told you already that limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x, limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is nothing but dy by dx. So if I substitute this dy by dx over there, the final answer comes out to be dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. So this is the required answer. So here we have completed derivatives of composite functions and the theorem related to it. I hope that whatever steps I have told you in a quick glance, I can explain you once again. Y is equal to f of u is a differentiable function in u. U is equal to g of x is a differentiable function of x. Then the composite function which we get, y equal to f of g of x will be differentiable function of x. And then we have to prove this criteria, which has been shown on the board. So this theorem is generally asked, and sometimes this question is also asked along with a numerical attached to it. So then the question can go for 4 marks. 2 marks for theorem and 2 marks for a numerical. Let us proceed towards the exercise and solve some interesting questions for me. Let us see exercise 1.1. In that, question 1 is differentiate with respect to x, and they have given the first question as x cubed minus 2x plus 1, x cubed minus 2x minus 1 raised to 5. This is the question. Now most of the students, they think that if it is raised to 5, let us expand it. There is no need to expand this bracket. There are 2 methods now. How to deal with it? First, let us say that let y equal to this function x cubed minus 2x minus 1 raised to 5. Now what some methods, some teachers they use, like let u equal to, let's say, x cube minus 2x minus 1. Then they differentiate this with respect to x. And whatever happens here to the power, that will be solved later. So I will show you by both methods. First, let us go by direct method. This is one option where you can say u is equal to all these things, x cube minus 2x minus 1. Now, if I want to do it directly, what I will do is y is equal to x cube minus 2x minus 1 raised to 5. This I will bold treat it as fx raised to n. This will be called as fx raised to n. Now, on the other side, I will list out all those formulae which will be needed for exercise 1.1. Then we will see the here I write the function and here is dy by dx. But this is for only composite derivative. Yesterday we have seen constant is 0. It's a constant, so answer is 0. It was e raised to x yesterday. Instead of e raised to x, I will write e raised to fx. So the derivative of it will be e raised to fx. And what you have to do, dear students, in this case, whichever is the function involved with the main function, you have to take the product of its derivative. So it will be product of f dash of x. How to apply it in the problem? Don't worry. As we keep on solving the exercise, I will explain you all these formulas which are listed here. Then it was yesterday a raised to x. So we are going to write it as a raised to fx. So value will be a raised to fx into log a and into f dash of x. So this will be the other thing. Then we have x raised to n. So instead of x raised to n, today we are going to write fx raised to n. So it will be n into fx raised to n minus 1 into f dash of x. This will be the one in this case. After that, if it was root fx, so here the answer will be 1 upon 2 root fx again into f dash of x. Then we had 1 upon x, which was minus 1 upon x square. So if today we have 1 upon fx, so it will be minus 1 upon fx the whole square into f dash of x, and so on. Suppose we have sin fx, so answer will be cos of fx and then into product of the derivative of the second thing. Then if you have cos fx, you will get answer minus sin fx into f dash of x. Then further if you go, we had tan fx. So we will say square of fx into f dash of x. Then we had sec of fx. So it will be sec of fx into tan fx into f dash of x. After that, like we have tan fx, we can also have cot fx and cosec fx. So the other one will be cot fx, which is minus cosec square fx into f dash of x. After that, we have cosec fx. So it will be minus cosec fx into cot fx into f dash x, and so on. Wherever such points are there, we will take the help of this list. Right now, if you observe this equation, it looks like fx raised to n. So please check that what is fx raised to n. It is n fx raised to n minus 1. So what I can do here is, I will directly say differentiating equation 1 with respect to x. If I differentiate equation 1 with respect to x, what I am going to get here is y equal to dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x cube. Differentiating equation 1 with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of the value of y, which is x cube minus 2x minus 1 raised to power 5. Now as I told you, fx raised to n is n fx raised to n minus 1. So this you can write it as 5 into bracket x cube minus 2x minus 1 raised to n minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. And then the main part of composite function is, students, you have to take derivative of this entire bracket. X cube minus 2x minus 1. So the overall thing will look like this: 5 into bracket x cube minus 2x minus 1 raised to 4, and then the derivative of this. So here x cube derivative will be 3x square. Derivative of minus 2x will be minus 2, and 1 is a constant. So its derivative is 0. So if I rearrange them, it will look somewhat like this: 5 3x square minus 2 into x cube minus 2x minus 1 raised to 4. This will be our final dy by dx. So I hope that this method is clear, where I directly went through the listed formula. The second option is the theorem which I taught you. How to solve the same problem by using the theorem for composite functions. So here only I will do it, since I have already written that let u equal to this. How to do it by that method? If I use u equal to all these terms, then my y will be redefined as y is equal to u raised to 5. Y will be, now if you see, u is differentiable function of x and y is differentiable function of u. So what I can do is, I will call this as equation 1, I will call this as equation 2. I can differentiate equation 2 with respect to u. So it will look like dy by du is equal to d by du of u raised to 5, which is nothing but 5 u raised to 4. The value is 5 u raised to 4. So this is my value of dy by du. I will keep the main answer as it is for comparison, to check whether the answer by both methods comes out to be one and the same. Let us see further what happens if I differentiate equation 1 with respect to x. Differentiating equation 1 with respect to x. If I differentiate equation 1 with respect to x, then du by dx will be d by dx of x cube minus 2x minus 1. So the answer comes out to be 3x square minus 2. This is our du by Now let us go towards the theorem of composite function, where it says dy by dx is dy by du into du by dx. Now I have both the terms. My dy by du is 5u raised to 4. Now we are aware what is the value of u? X cube minus 2x minus 1. So here I can also write it as 5. That I will put it here. 5 x cube minus 2x. And my du by dx is dx square. This is finally dy by dx. So if you see by both methods, my final answers comes out to be one and the same. So if you do it by both the methods in exam, you will get marks for it. So I hope that this question was clear to you. Let us proceed to helping you every time. They have given a question. So I will already mention that let y equal to under root x square plus 4x minus 7. X square plus 4x minus 7. So we have to solve this under root x square plus 4x minus 7. So directly also I can read it. Now it looks like y is under root f of x. So you might say that the formula is 1 upon 2 root f of x into f dash of x. So if I differentiate y with respect to x, so I will get dy by dx is d by dx of under root x square plus 4x minus 7. So whatever terms are there under the root, they are fx. So my answer will be 1 upon 2 root of fx, and into you have to take derivative of this. So it will be x square plus 4x minus, and we are aware of this. Then the derivative can be obtained easily. X square is 2x, 4x will be 4, and derivative of 7 is 0. So here one more thing we can simplify this further. See how to get the most simplified answer. You will take 2 common, and then you will have x plus 2 upon 2 under root x square plus 4x minus 7. So this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled, and the final answer comes out to be x plus 2 under root x square plus 4x minus 7. So this will be our final. Since students, as per new method of examination, the new question paper pattern which is there are many questions which are for 1 mark or 2 marks. So for 2 marks, such kind of numericals can be asked in the exam. Let us see further another question of question 2, where we have to differentiate trigonometric functions. So question number 2, differentiating with respect to x. The first one itself is a, so I will let y equal to cos of x square plus a square. Now just for a change I will again do it by the theorem method. In this case the whole thing I will assume this as u. So let u is equal to x square plus a square. I will call this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. If you see, a is a constant, some arbitrary constant, but x and u, they are differentiable. So differentiating u with respect is d by dx of x square plus a square. Derivative of x square is 2x and derivative of a square will be 0. So final answer of du by dx comes out to be 2x. Secondly, if I write u equal to all this, so my y will be cos of u. Cos of u, if I differentiate y with respect to u, so what I will get over here is dy by du is equal to minus sine of u. Dy by du is equal to minus sine of u. But we know what is the value of u. So I can also write it as minus sine x square plus, this is my dy by du. Now as per the theorem which I taught you, dy by dx was dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. We have already obtained what is dy by du. So it is minus sine x square plus a square and into du by dx is 2x. So here I will write 2x and rearranging the terms we get minus 2x sine of x square plus a square. So this is our final answer. So dear students, if you see I am solving all the problems by both the methods. You can either do it by selecting the function u over here and then differentiating it to obtain this equation, or the second option is directly differentiating it with the knowledge of that listed formula. So if you go by both the methods, you will still get the marks for such kind of numericals in exam. Let us see few more problems from this exercise. There is a very interesting question. First only I will assume that y equal to root of tan and root of x. If you tell me if I can handle this problem by both the methods, by taking it in the u form or directly solving it by using the listed formula of composite functions, I will treat this whole thing as y equal to root of fx. So under such situation dy by dx is 1 upon 2 root fx into f dash of x. So this is my root of fx. So it will become differentiating y with respect to x. So it will become dy by dx is equal to d by dx under root tan root of x. So we are aware of this. Under root fx is 1 upon 2 root fx. So it will be 1 upon 2 root of tan root of x into, now my whole thing is f dash of x. So into d by dx of tan root of x. The problem doesn't end over here. Such kind of problems where you are going to differentiate it multiple times can be asked for 2 to 3 marks. This much is clear that d by dx of root fx is 1 upon 2 root of fx and this whole thing is our fx. So it will be into derivative of f. Again if you look here, this is not the pure formula tan of x. Tan of x is x square x. But here it is tan root of x. Means again I have tan fx. And tan fx is x square fx into f dash of x. So what I will do is my dy by dx remains as it is 1 upon 2 root of tan root of x also remains as it is, and then tan fx is sec square of root x, that is root x, and again once again students we have to take derivative of root x. So once again if you differentiate it, finally everything comes out to be 2 root of 10 root of x sec square root x, and simply root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So if I arrange everything, it will look like sec square root of x upon 2 to the 4, that root x into 10 root x. So this is our final answer for the problem. So I hope that these points are clear. You can take down few problems for assignment. Yes, students, you can take down few problems for assignment, and I will suggest from last 2 lectures whatever formulas I have listed here, you will have to practice those. Prepare charts of such kind of formulas and practice it at home. Home assignment will be exercise 1.1. From question 1, you have to solve second, fourth, and sixth. Second, fourth, and sixth. And from question number 2, try sub question 3, sub question 6, and sub question 7. So if you daily practice such kind of problems, those students who find it difficult, they may first start practicing the solved problems. Once they get knack of solving solved problems, revising once again the exercise which we have done, you can easily overcome any home assignment which is given to you. So I hope by next lecture we will complete this home assignment. For today,